Okay, everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your SMTP service so that you can actually send an email or any emails directly from ClickFunnels. No matter what plan you're on, you are always allowed to at least send confirmation emails through ClickFunnels or purchase receipts basically, and you need to be able to send those out, and ClickFunnels requires you to have an SMTP service set up. If you are not familiar with those acronyms, don't worry about it. Just know it's what's needed to actually deliver the emails from your account. Just keep it simple that way. And in this example, I'm also going to show you how to do it through SendGrid. There's a lot of different providers you can use, but SendGrid I found is not only easy, but it's also free, so it's great for this example. So let's get started. So first you want to go to your account drop down and we'll click on SMTP settings. And I already have one in here, but I'm going to add another one. And you'll see that we're going to need a lot of this information right here, which is based out of, most of it is based out of SendGrid themselves. So I already have this pulled up, and that's SNEDGRID.com. And we're just going to try for free. And they have a free for life where you can send 100 emails a day up to 200 contacts. That's plenty for now to start out. And so what I'm going to do right now is just really quickly create my username, password. So I'm going to pause this video for that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I created my free SendGrid account, and now I'm ready to actually set up the SMTP service within ClickFunnels. So what we're going to do is enter in this information, and most of it I'm actually going to give to you or explain it, but the reason I needed to create that account, and you will as well, is because you're going to need a username and password for ClickFunnels to communicate with it. So first off, you want to give it a title. So I'm just going to call it SendGrid-training. And from name, this would be your name or your business name. I'm not going to use this specific SMTP, so I'm just going to say training. And you can have your from email address here that you want it to come from. And so say it is, we'll just do training at, what we say was cfeducation.com. And you want to make sure that this is a real email address and that you have that set up. I'm just making this up as I go, but using a real domain that I used there. And I'm going to actually give you this information right here because it's just the ClickFunnels, the way they set this up. You have the SMTP server is just smtp.sendgrid.net, and the port is 587. So just copy this exactly how I'm doing it if you're doing this for SendGrid. And the domain that for the SMTP domain is sendgrid.net, and I just have this copied and pasted on the side over here. You can choose a domain, so I'm just going to use that education one that I used down here, and then my username and password I'll set up there in a second. And you will be required to fill out this information to comply with canned spam compliance for your emails. So if you have a PO box, you can use that, or if you have a physical address for your business or run it out of your home, whatever you're comfortable with, just make sure it's a legitimate address, and you will be all set up there. And there is also one piece of code that you want to have in your SMTP footer that is an unsubscribe, and I'm actually going to pause this for 1 second and find that code that I can give you directly that you just want to put in the bottom in each of these. So I'm going to pause this real quick. Okay, I got that piece of little code here, and we can provide this within this course below the video. but it is just this little unsubscribe code here, HTML, that allows people to unsubscribe and comply. So I'm going to go ahead and finish filling this info out. I don't want to bore you with filling out the rest of the information. Just know that if you are doing this for demonstration purposes or long-term, this password doesn't give you any privacy, so it'll be visible. Just a note there. So I'm going to finish filling this out this information, and I'm going to save SMTP once I'm done. So I'm going to pause and finish that information, and I'll be right back to show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm back. I filled out that information. You can see I get a success. SMTP integration was successfully created. So you can see I have 2 of them right here, but you can see that the training option, or the training SMTP, is set up right there. And I am all set and ready to go. In the next video, I'm actually going to show you then how to set up an email to send from ClickFunnels as an autoresponder email now that this is all set up. So stay tuned for that next video, and hope you learned a lot. Hey everyone, I have one more piece of information here that I forgot to mention that happens after you get the successful prompt that your SMTP has been added, and it has to do with adding a webhook into SendGrid. Now again, don't worry about the technical aspect of any of it. You don't need to understand truly the whys. I just want to show you the steps so you can have it be functional. So where you'll see here is that you have this little piece of code right here. It's not even code, it's just really a URL that you are going to be entering into SendGrid that will allow you to use the webhook to notify you on terms of drops or bounced emails, unsubscribes. Is basically extra layers of communication for when those events that you don't want to have happen. So like, an email dropped or marked as spam. So the way you do this is you go into your SendGrid account and you go to Settings, Mail Settings, and go all the way to, where am I going here? To the event. Where am I? Right here, right in front of my nose, to the event notification. And what you're going to want to do is turn this on. And you see that they have this HTTP post URL. Paste that URL that you get directly from ClickFunnels. And then you also want to check the box dropped, unsubscribed, spam, and the bounced right there. And then once you're done with that, you just click this test your integration, and you will be all set up and ready to go. So just make sure that this button is turned on and that you are all set up. And once this is there, by testing that integration, it effectively saves your settings and you are good to go. So don't forget to do this part. Again, it's very, very short, very sweet, but important to do, especially in SendGrid. So let us know if you have questions, and thank you for your time.